They said, you and Eric Trump. I was like, what about me and Eric Trump? They were like, have you not seen your Twitter? And so then they showed me the Twitter. And I was like, wait, that's not me. That man never did that to me. First time I ever met Eric Trump, bro, was the night of the fight. He came up to me and he was like, help me. I was like, help you with what? He was like, bro, this is everywhere.
Hey guys, I don't know what you're doing right now, but make sure you subscribe. Now let's get into this video.
Man, did y'all see the White House card?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Think about that. That was crazy, bro.
That was nuts.
The UFC fight at the White House.
That's wild.
That was the most insane stuff ever, dude. I was like sitting there. I was at the White House thinking to myself, like, how am I at the White House, man?
Hey, look, I was going to ask you that too. Because I'm like,
you been to the White House? Have you been to the White
House? No, I don't think I've ever been to the White House. I don't think I've ever been.
Y'all won a national championship, though, right?
Well, so I won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, but COVID hit. So we couldn't, we couldn't even, celebrate that. But speaking of that, right, the Freedom, I believe it was called Freedom 250 event, right?
It was.
Like how insane was that to like broadcast?
Bro, I went to the Olympic Games 2 times and I walked in the ceremony. Man, it was nothing like that. That thing was crazy. It doesn't compare. Bro, the way that they were coming out of the Oval Office with a live band singing into this thing that they built, that cloth. It was the most insane, and then everybody was getting knockouts. It was perfect. It was supposed to rain so bad. Now the fights are outside. We're sitting in this area they had built on the South Lawn. They're like, yeah, we're probably looking at like an hour and 45 minutes delay. Then all of a sudden, the producers came in and they were like, get dressed. We're going now on time. The storm cloud split and went around the White House. I was like, wait, what? They're like, yo, the storm cloud, like it was literally going directly at the White House, bro. It split and went around the White House.
That's crazy.
And it didn't rain at all, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go. So I run out there, right? We run out there, bro. They started letting people in. It was all servicemen and military people. And it was nuts, bro. It was nuts. I was standing next to the White House thinking to myself, like, I never in my life would have thought that I would be this close to the White House and have the ability to go inside and use the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I wanted to use the bathroom, I could have went inside the White House and used the bathroom. Now, somebody had to go with you the whole time, right? Like you always had to have somebody from the Secret Service with you, but like that's when I was thinking to myself, man, like dreams really do come true in this world because
who would have thought?
You just never did that.
Who would have thought?
Especially growing up in Lafayette.
Yeah.
Right? Like, man, I'm in the hood, man. I'm in the hood. We walk in, we going everywhere. We riding the city bus.
Yeah.
Like if we had the change for the city bus, like it was tough at times.
Man,
but now I'm at the White House.
I tell people, man, I got so many family and friends from Louisiana that never left Louisiana. You know, like this is all they know. And so, sort of have those experiences, man. And I know I've had a lot of them too, but you just hope and wish that everybody back home is like seeing this, that it's possible.
Yeah. When you like, that was one of those moments where I just kind of like stopped and sat to myself for a minute. Was like, wow. Did you have those moments where it's like, y'all probably had those moments where you're like, you just kind of sit back and go, man, probably the Super Bowl when you stood there getting ready to play the Super Bowl, like, what in the world is happening right now? Like,
it was
like those moments, almost like more than you can truly comprehend. And that was one of those moments. But you're right. Like people just stay home their whole life. Our vacations, bro, like our vacations, I was a kid, we'd all pile in my mom's station wagon and my dad's station wagon, and we drive to Houston and we go to Astroworld. That was like vacation for us. Astroworld.
Yeah, absolutely.
To go to Astroworld.
So was it crazy like having President Trump just so involved and around?
It's insane to have any president.
Right.
So my mom wasn't the biggest President Trump fan, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, we know a lot of people.
She hated that I was. Yeah, we know a lot of people like that, right? Especially people from Louisiana. My mom just did not like the president. But I would tell my mom this. I was like, Mom, you get an opportunity to meet a president. It's a president of the United States. But for me, it was like watching a president that goes, I want to watch fighting on the anniversary of our country was nuts. For him to be so involved, but him and Dana have had a relationship for a really long time, and I think that is why. Because nothing like that will ever happen again. There will not be a basketball game. There will not be a football. It will not be fighting. It'll just never happen again. So we're lucky enough to have had a president that allowed for it to happen. Hey, but I did tell you this. And my mom, before she passed, she would always tell me, you talk to him. I said, Mom, never forget, because she fancied herself a Democrat. I said, never forget that in 2004, I said, don't forget 2004, where I did Olympic Games, where I practiced, and President Bush walked in there, you sure asked him to take a picture for you. And she would get so mad at me. She get so mad. She was like, Daniel, take a picture, boy. I was like, you want to meet the president? I was like, you see? The whole time all she do is talk shit on him whenever he on TV. But the moment she saw that president, she was like, take a picture of me, boy. I was like, and she tried to act like she mad to ask me to take the picture, knowing damn well she wanted that picture.
So look, your Twitter got hacked before the event, right? And
bro, yes.
Like, and it said that, Eric Trump wanted to know if any of the fights was rigged, and I'm like, yo, you talking to a world champion? Like, did that like just piss you off? Like,
bro. So what happened was this? Like, what happened was this? I get to the event on Sunday, right? I get to the event on Sunday, and I walk past the UFC social media team, and they were like, we were just talking about you. And I was like, about what? They said, you and Eric Trump. I was like, what about me and Eric Trump? They were like, have you not seen your Twitter? And so then they showed me the Twitter. And I was like, wait, that's not me. So here's how I explain this, right? Tyrann Mathieu. Terrell, you're going to risk all of your money, everything you've accomplished in your life, right? I'm your boss, right? You're going to go into an event that I'm putting on, but my son is going to ask you something that he's not supposed to ask you. So you are going to go and put that publicly. But everything that you have, your job is gone the moment you do that. Bro, I would not do that. It's like the Lion King, right? If Donald Trump is Mufasa, and the other two is like Simba and then Simba's kid, you don't just throw meat on yourself and blood and then go jump in the jungle. Why would you do that? I'm not such a righteous human being that I would ever tweet something like that. I like my life, and I wouldn't do that. But that man never did that to me. First time I ever met Eric Trump, bro, was the night of the fight. He came up to me and he was like, help me. I was like, help you with what? He was like, bro, this is everywhere. He's like, I did not say that to you. I was like, of course. I was like, we're just barely talking to each other for the first time. It was crazy, bro. I got hacked, and then so all event, I was trying to get them to help me make sure whoever was doing that was out of it. It was crazy, Rose. It was crazy. And then it was actually crazy because I started to people started to get worried, man, like sponsors and stuff of my YouTube channel and all that. They started getting worried because the one thing I don't touch, politics and religion, I don't touch. Because you're never going to make everybody happy.
That's very true.
You're going to like piss someone off. So I just kind of steer clear of it. I would never do that.
Man, so how is important is for you, like, and then guys like Dana, to make sure like fights are authentic and they're not rigged?
Oh, bro, did you see whenever one time they had a fight. They had a fight in the UFC Apex. And this one dude was grappling. And he was so horrible at grappling. I'm on the commentary and I'm just going, how in the world is this kid so bad? I was like, you are in the largest organ. I'm literally just breaking him down because I'm like, this technique is just not up to par. It's just not up to snuff. I was like, he's so bad. Like, these are basic things that you should be able to do and defend. Come to find out this dude was trying to throw the fight, bro.
Wow.
But not doing a good job of it.
Oh, wow.
But the whole time I'm just on him, right? So then they called me and they were like, DC, the fact that you were just calling them out and you had no idea what was going on. But when the kid lost in the way that he did, they took him in the back because the FBI, bro, the FBI starts watching these betting lines.
Yeah.
And if something looks off, they pull the fight.
Yeah.
They've done that a number of times now.
I've heard that.
They had guys weigh in. Then the betting swings in one direction, right? So that makes people think maybe somebody is injured.
Some inside information. Yeah.
There's something going on to make this line swing so much. So the UFC pulls the fight. They don't play with that shit. They do not play with that.
As they should.
In Texas one time.
They should, yeah.
They don't play with that, bro. That happened in Texas one time. Man, next thing you know, all of a sudden, just numbered FBI agents just come inside the arena. Fight off.
Yeah.
It was crazy, dude. They don't play with that, man.
Yeah.
You have to keep it authentic. It has to be real. It has to be real.